All right, hello everybody. We are live. Time is 8:34 as we start this live update. Meteorologist Hunter Williams here. Wanted to hop on here like we did last night ahead of our 10 o'clock newscast and just walk through the forecast and check in with everybody. We've had some light wintry precipitation today. We've seen almost no reports of icy roadways so far. I say almost because just about an hour ago I saw one report on 290 of what could have been some slick traveling there, but so far it's been mainly light stuff. But let us know what you're seeing in the comments as we still have a light wintry mix falling across parts of central Texas. So yeah, we would love to know what you guys are seeing where you live. What you're seeing here on the right hand side of your screen is our downtown Austin Skycam, which had a little bit of freezing rain earlier and has a film of ice on it, which is why it looks almost like an oil painting tonight. Hey, this is actually some good news. Austin is a little bit warmer now than what we were tracking about 3 hours ago when we were doing our newscast. So it is 35 right now. The airport is also just above freezing at 33. Most of the reporting sites here across Travis County are showing numbers that are still very cold, don't get me wrong, but just above freezing. I think what's actually happened is as some of the precipitation has lightened up, we're not getting the same evaporative cooling, so temperatures have actually warmed up a smidge. And with temperatures above freezing, that bodes well for avoiding significant travel issues across the metro as we continue to deal with some light wintry precipitation. Even across the hill country, Fredericksburg was in the 20s almost all day long and now is at 30 degrees, but is still below freezing. Johnson City's at 31, Blanco below freezing at 31. Georgetown is now above freezing at about 34 degrees. Lots of folks are asking about schools. We have had a few school districts that have gone with the delay tomorrow, I believe. And if you go to KVUE.com, I believe we have those updates posted there. If not, I will. We have the press releases in the email. I will look into that in just 1 second. But want to make sure we go through the forecast first. Wind chills. Whoo, feels like 29 right now in Austin. Fredericksburg at 22. And look, as the precipitation starts to wrap up tonight, the next big story for us is going to be a hard freeze tomorrow morning. I'm expecting widespread 20s. Coldest spots in the hill country could have upper teens. So this is going to be a hard freeze that develops tonight as any precipitation starts to move out. Gina says cold weather is great for hot cocoa. I agree. Or hot coffee, which I've been, I'm like 3 cups in, I think, this evening. So here's our radar. In the pink there, we still have a light wintry mix across parts of the metro. That's likely going to be some sleet pellets or some light freezing rain for areas that could still have surface temperatures below freezing, or just a plain old chilly rain. And we also have seen a few snowflakes mixing in at times. I think you could especially see that north and northwest of Austin. So out towards maybe Laga Vista, out around Lake Travis. Leander has seen I saw a video around Leander. Again, you guys let me know what you've been seeing of some light sleet accumulations on a rooftop in Leander. So I think maybe some minor stuff there. And could have a few more snowflakes drifting in with some more sleet tonight. Let's back out the view. Across the hill country, still showing some radar returns here. And we talked about this earlier. The radar has been a little bit deceptive today. The radar has been lit up with all sorts of colors, showing widespread wintry precipitation. The deal is, though, we have dry air here at ground level. So although there's precipitation a few thousand feet up in the air, a lot of that has not been making it down to the ground, or when it has made it down to the ground has been pretty much all light stuff today, which is good. Again, we don't want any issues with travel. And with the exception of maybe that one report on 290, I've not seen any reports of icy roads. But that is still something that we're monitoring through this evening. As some areas continue to deal with the wintry mix, some light icing on bridges and overpasses can't be completely ruled out. So just want to make sure, I think most people are kind of just hunkered in tonight, but if you are out and about traveling, please be very careful, especially on those flyovers. Victoria says Liberty Hill has some ice accumulations on the roof. I believe that Tyler is saying, will it snow tomorrow? It will not snow tomorrow. Johnson County, very, very cold. Yeah, it's cold all across Central Texas tonight. Okay, let's talk timing for getting this out of here. This is the latest run of our high-res model, which is showing by 11 o'clock, we still could have a light wintry mix or just some plain rain showers, some more of the same, some sleet, some snow, snowflakes, snow flurries mixed in, maybe some freezing rain where temperatures are below freezing, or just a plain old cold rain. By 11 o'clock, That's going to eventually end for our southeastern counties, and by tomorrow morning we should be completely dry. We'll start to clear out some of that cloud cover late tonight and tomorrow too, and that's going to really allow our temperatures to drop. Again, expecting a hard freeze for many spots down to the 20s. So our winter weather advisory has been trimmed a little bit. So Williamson, Burnett, Blanco, Llano, and Gillespie counties have been taken out of the winter weather advisory. That happened at 6 o'clock this afternoon. For the Austin area and points south and southeast, this will go until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, as we still have the low end potential for a few slick spots out there. Again, we've seen almost no reports of icy roads through today, just that one report on 290. Outside of that, roads have been pretty much completely fine, but there is a low end chance that there could be a few icy spots through the rest of this evening into tonight in that winter weather advisory area. Okay, let's talk temperatures. Here's tomorrow morning. Austin down to 27, 26, somewhere around there. It's going to be cold all across central Texas. Upper 20s to maybe closer to 30s. You go southeast of Austin, holding on to some of that cloud cover longer. And then upper teens, low 20s for the coldest spots in the hill country. Llano could drop down to 19, 20. So it's going to be very, very cold tomorrow morning. The afternoon, sunshine's back, so that will be nice. And it's not going to be as breezy, so not the same crazy wind chill factor, but it's still going to be plenty cold. High staying in the 40s tomorrow, Austin only around 49. And then we get another hard freeze Saturday morning. We'll go down to about 28, 27 in Austin, low 20s possible across the hill country. The afternoon will be a little bit warmer on Saturday, and we'll have some clouds that roll in by Saturday night, which should keep most of central Texas above another freeze for Sunday morning. Here is our 7-day forecast. I will take this full for everybody. I'm getting an amber alert on my phone. Here's the 7-day forecast. 27 tomorrow morning, 49 for the afternoon high, another hard freeze Saturday morning. 55 for the high Saturday. Sunday, a little bit warmer. Monday is going to be our next system. That could bring us a pretty decent shot at showers, it looks like. All of our models are saying that should be just liquid rain, so no wintry weather issues. And then Tuesday's briefly in the 60s before we get another cold front and a little cool down by the middle of next week, it looks like. Okay, so that is the update. We will look through the questions and the comments here, and then we'll go through things one more time. I'm going to pull up the radar here while we sift through some of the comments. Again, if you have reports of what you're seeing where you live, please drop a comment. It's always very, very helpful during any of these winter weather events when we have folks letting us know what they see. All right, so there you go. There's the radar. Again, still a light wintry mix falling across much of the metro. Very, very light stuff. Before we started this, I walked out into the parking lot here at KVUE, which is North Austin, Steck Avenue, south of the Domain, and there was some very, very, very light sleet. But not much at all. Ashley says flurries and lots of sleet early this afternoon in Buda. It's starting to sleet again, and there are icicles hanging all over the cars and street signs. So there you go, a little bit of light icing, it sounds like, in Buda. Again, thus far tonight, we have not had any significant issues with icing on the roadways, but on your car, on the windshield, some of the street signs, stuff like that, there could be some light ice accumulations, and we can't completely rule out an isolated slick spot or two on an elevated roadway. Icy in Leander. Yeah, I told you I saw a video earlier today of some light sleet accumulations on the rooftops around Leander. Buda has ice accumulation on the roof too. Chad says hot wonton soup, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, and a good book is keeping me warm. That sounds like an excellent night, Chad. Let's see, looking for a few additional reports. If not, we'll run through things one more time and then we'll hop off of here. I've got another live cut in on KVUE on the TV side of things that we'll do right at 9 o'clock, and then we'll do our full newscast at 10 o'clock. Chad says, sleeting and a thin layer of ice at MLK and 183. Thank you for that report, Chad. Again, some light icing is out there. Whoa, it looks like we... There we go. I apologize for that. Hopefully the stream is back up. Looks like we just switched sources for some reason. Yeah, okay. All right, we're back up. Sorry about that. Is it safe to drive to work tomorrow? Yes, we do not have widespread icing issues. If you want to be especially careful tomorrow, if there's a way that you could avoid bridges and overpasses and flyovers, that would be, the safest course of action, but we do not have widespread icy roads out there. We just have that one report on 290 of some icy conditions. Outside of that, I think it's mainly on, the cars, some of the street signs, rooftops where you could have some light icing or sleet accumulation. But for the most part, the roads have done very well today. You'll be all right to drive in tomorrow morning. If you want to be safe, again, just check in with the Daybreak team, get an update on the road conditions before you go, and be conscious of the flyovers, but I think you'll be all right. Javier says, not seeing ice in Lockhart. Anna, icy in Spring Branch. Ruth says, too cold. I agree with you. Jay, my truck windows are iced over here in Mustang Ridge. Yeah, I just walked out into our parking lot before this live broadcast. And the cars out in the KVUE parking lot, honestly, we haven't had a ton of precipitation here off Steck Avenue where KVUE is located. We did not have any ice in the cars, but I have seen some reports of that. Okay, let's go through things one more time. You know where we have seen ice? On our downtown Austin Skycam. We had a little round of light freezing rain that moved through this afternoon, and that has put a glaze on our Skycams. I'm trying to look at... Let's switch this real quick to, I'm trying to see if we can find a little bit of wintry precip on one of our sky cams. Let's switch this to our Oasis cam. Let's see what we got going on out there. It's dark, so it's so hard to tell. Yeah, I'm not seeing much falling from the sky there, but based on radar, there could be, again, a light wintry mix out around that area. So yeah, there we go. Let's see, here's a look at our temperatures, which have warmed up a bit over the last hour or so. It's above freezing at Camp Mabry right now at 35. The airport is also above freezing. Almost all of the reporting sites across Travis County, with the exception of Laga Vista, are showing numbers slightly above freezing. So that, again, is really good news. With temperatures above freezing at ground level, we should not have big issues with icing. We're still watching for an isolated slick spot on bridges, overpasses, flyovers through tonight, but we have not had many reports of that. We've just had that one report of possible icing along parts of 290. Fredericksburg also trending a little bit warmer at 31 degrees now. They were in the 20s through much of this afternoon. Blanco, Johnson City also below freezing. Wind chills, pretty brutal. They were in the 20s through much of the day today. Our wind is dying down a little bit tonight, which is good news, but I still think there's enough of a breeze for wind chills to be down in the teens tomorrow morning. Okay, here's our radar. Martha watching from San Marcos says very cold. Yeah. Coy says icy in Buda. Is it safe driving tomorrow to Lake Travis? Again, if you have plans to get out and drive tomorrow, the roads for the most part have been completely fine through today. It is okay to drive tomorrow. If you want to be very careful, avoid the flyovers and the overpasses and just check in with the road conditions with the Daybreak team tomorrow before you leave. But we have not had many issues at all with icy roads. I'm watching it carefully. We've just had that one report. Let me pull up that, pull up the exact spot again. This was an Austin Fire tweet about an hour ago. It says, units on scene, a first collision that may be a result of icing roadway. It's the bridge at 5200 West 290 reported to be iced over. That is the only report of icing that I've seen on roadways. But again, it goes to show you that there could be a few isolated bridges or overpasses that are icy. I think most of the roads are going to be completely fine, but if you want to avoid the flyovers or just be super, super mindful, I think that's a good course of action. So a light wintry mix across parts of the metro now, maybe even seeing a few snowflakes north and northwest of Austin. A few snowflakes possible as well over parts of northern Gillespie County and Delano, Burnett, northern Blanco counties, as well as some sleet perhaps mixing in. For areas that are below freezing, there could even be some freezing rain or just some plain old light rain or light drizzle out there too. Here's our latest run of our high-res model. By 11 o'clock, I think the hill country is looking mainly dry, and it's going to be especially south and southeast of Austin where there could be some lingering light wintry mix. And then even that is going to move out of here. through the early overnight hours, and by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we should be completely dry. Here, let's run that back one more time. So here's 5. Yeah, really by 2, 3 a.m. tonight, I think almost all that precip should be out of here. We get some breaks in the clouds tonight, which will really allow temperatures to drop quite aggressively. Here's a look at our lows for tomorrow morning, down to 27 tomorrow morning in Austin. Again, the coldest spots across the hill country could drop to the upper teens. Let me have another graphic actually that's going to show the lows a little bit better. Let's pull that up for you. There you go. Down to about 19 in Llano. Austin, I think, will be around 26 or 27. It's going to be a hard freeze across much of central Texas. So make sure you go through your cold weather precautions. If you want to drip the indoor faucets, you could. Open up the kitchen sink cabinets so that some of the warm air can circulate around there. That might be a good idea tonight. All right, let's do one more check of the 7-day forecast, then I will let everybody go. So hard freeze tomorrow morning. No precipitation in the forecast tomorrow. It's going to be sunny, just really chilly at 49 for the high. Another hard freeze Saturday morning, 28. And then 55 for the afternoon high on Saturday. Sunday around 57. And then our next weather maker around Monday is going to bring us a pretty good chance for showers, looks like. Should be all liquid rain with highs in the 50s. And then Tuesday is briefly in the low 60s before we get a cool down heading into the middle part. So next week, that will drop our highs back to the 50s and morning lows back down to the 30s. Okay. There you go. That should have you covered. I will do one last check. Of the comments here. Dave says light freezing rain, South Austin to William Cannon and Westgate. All right, there we go. I think that should have us covered. Again, I know a lot of folks are asking about school closings. I do not, off the top of my head, know all of the I don't think there's been very many districts, but a few districts have, I believe, announced delays for tomorrow. We should have all that info on KVUE.com if you are looking for that. Okay, I'm going to sign off of here. We're going to do a TV update at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock on KVUE, and then we'll have our full newscast coming up at 10 o'clock. All right, stay warm, everybody. Stay safe tonight, and I will talk to you guys at 10 o'clock. Bye.